I greet you all peacefully. My name is Jocelyn. You can also call me Latifa. And I have a book to share with you. And before I share the book, I remember God and praise God. And I say to God, oh God, I love you. I know that you're the only creator. You created me and all the other people. And you know all about me, and you always see me, and you always hear me if I speak. And I thank you, God, for this beautiful life. And I only want to do good deeds, and I believe your promise is true, God, that if I believe in you and I do good deeds, that after I die, you've prepared a marvelous life for me. I would like to share a book called Sayf's Job. Sayf is the name of a boy, an Arabic name of a boy. And this is about a man named Sayf. And I think that you children would really enjoy to hear about this book. Well, this is the cover. Sayf's Job. Telling how to convey the message of God to others with a description of the life of Messenger Muhammad, one blessed by God greatly. And this is the first page. Chapter 1. An interesting job applicant. Mary's father, Ben Hamilton, worked in a supermarket in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. Every day except Sunday, he would go into work at 7 a.m. and leave at 3 p.m. Mary's father liked these hours so that he could be home when his children got home from school. Mary's father loved his children very much. One day, two men came to the supermarket to apply for jobs. One of the men was applying for the job of security guard, and the other was applying for the produce department or the smoothie bar. Mary's father overheard the men talking to the manager. One of the men said, "I need a job and I'm willing to work very hard. However, I cannot work in every department of this store due to my religious beliefs. I cannot work as a main cashier because a customer might want to buy pork or other meat that has not been slaughtered properly. Also, I cannot sell alcohol or anything with alcohol in it. I noticed that this store has vanilla extract and other extracts that have a lot of alcohol in them. I can't work at the sandwich counter because I cannot make sandwiches with ham or any meat that's not halal, permitted by God, or kosher. I can't work making pizza because some of them have meat that I can't work with or sell. However, I could work in the produce department, just working with vegetables and fruits. Also, I could work at the smoothie bar because no forbidden meat or alcohol is sold there. I already checked it out as a customer. Chapter 2. The Mean Manager. The manager had let the Muslim man talk. The Muslim man's name was Sayf. Sayf felt happy inside that the manager had allowed him to explain his situation. However, the manager did not react in the way that Sayf wanted. The manager said, In all my 25 years of managing this store, I have never had a prospective employee say such things to me. Why would I hire you? You are saying that I am wrong for selling some of my products. If someone asked you if the pizza's good here, you would probably tell them not to buy it. What kind of employee would that be? Stop wasting my time when a lot of other people want jobs. Sayf was so upset inside, but he did not show it. He really did not expect the manager to act like that. However, Sayf knew that everything that he said was true, and he would not apologize. Sayf did manage to ask, "Keep my phone number. I am a hard-working, honest person. I have very good manners with people. You might need me." The manager was surprised how calm Sayf remained. Then the manager said, "I plan to call you if I need you. Right now, just leave my store." Chapter 3. Easily accepted. The other man applying for the security job was also Muslim and was Sayf's friend. Sayf didn't want the manager to know that, so he just walked out of the store, acting like he didn't know his friend. The second man was named Shahid. Shahid said to the manager, "I am applying for the security guard position. I have 2 years' experience being a guard at another supermarket. This is my letter of recommendation." Shahid handed the letter to the manager. The letter was on the letterhead of another supermarket in the city that closed recently. The letter said, "Mr. Shahid Richards is an excellent security guard. He is always on time. He does not call out sick. He is very serious and does not waste time talking needlessly. He has spotted a number of shoplifters at our store. We highly recommend Mr. Shahid Richards." The letter was signed by the manager of that store. "Well, this is a very good letter of recommendation, Mr. Richards. We would love to have you join our staff," exclaimed the manager. And the advice there says, always be honest. God hears us if we speak. Mary's father overheard all these conversations. Ben was really amazed by what Sayf had to say. He never heard someone talk like that before. Chapter 4, Back at Home. When Ben Hamilton went home that day, he decided to tell his whole family about what he had heard. Ben's wife, Sally, his daughter, Mary, and his son, Jerry, were all sitting to eat dinner. Ben's wife had prepared salmon for dinner with rice and a salad. Ben said, "Yes, I think that Sayf would eat this meal." Ben's wife, Sally, said, "Ben, what are you talking about?" Ben smiled and said, "Today I was on my break sitting with the store manager. 2 men came in to be interviewed for jobs at the store. One of the men was named Sayf. This man took a long time explaining to the manager about all the things he would not do at the store because of his religion. He would not even work at the cash registers because someone might want to buy something that he disapproves of. He mentioned that he would not sell pork or any meat that was not halal or kosher. He also said that he would not sell anything with alcohol in it. He didn't mention not selling fish or rice, so I guess he would eat them. He said he would work in the produce department, so he would not object to the salad." Mary was very interested in what her father was saying. Mary asked her father, "Did the manager hire him?" to work in the produce department? Here's the advice. Working with fruits and vegetables is good work. Ben said, "No, Mary. The manager was very rough with him. The manager thought that he would tell people to not buy from the store and told him to leave in a mean way." Mary asked her father, "Did the man Sayf get upset?" Ben said, "No, Mary, not at all. Really, he seemed like a very nice person. If I was the manager, I would have given him a try." Mary said, "Me too. In school, in health class, my teacher said to not eat a lot of meat and not to drink alcohol." Ben smiled, and the advice says, never drink alcohol, enjoy water. Here's the next page. That night, Ben kept seeing Sayf in his dream. Ben kept hearing Sayf's words all night in his dreams. Chapter 5. A Good Customer. Ben worked in the bakery of the store. The next day at work, Ben started to check the ingredients of the baked goods that he made. Ben remembered that lard is fat from pigs. He checked to see if any of his baked goods had lard. None of them did. Ben remembered that vanilla extract had alcohol. Some of his baked goods did have vanilla extract that had alcohol. However, Ben knew that there was vanilla flavoring available that did not have alcohol. Ben intended in his heart to get some non-alcoholic vanilla flavoring to use in his baked goods at the store. Ben was authorized to make such changes. Ben was busy putting out some muffins that he had baked when he saw Sayf as a customer. Sayf smiled at him, but did not know his name. Sayf asked Ben, "Do you know if these blueberry muffins have any lard in them or vanilla extract with alcohol?" Ben said, "No, they don't have any lard or alcohol extract. I just checked." Sayf said softly, smiling, "Weren't you there with the manager yesterday when I applied for a job?" Ben said, "Yes, you really left an impression on me too. I was hoping that I would see you again. What religion do you follow?" And the advice here says, real Muslims are very pleasant people. Sayf said, "I am a Muslim. I became a Muslim 5 years ago. Before I became a Muslim, I would eat pork and drink alcohol. Then I got really sick. I went to the hospital, and one of the male nurses was a Muslim. He told me, 'You should be Muslim before you die, because you don't want to go to hellfire.' Then he kept on talking to me. I believed him and became Muslim. I got better and got out of the hospital. I immediately looked up the local mosque and went there. Everyone was really nice, and they explained the Islamic belief to me. I became Muslim, and I have been ever since. I am very happy." Chapter 6. Ben is brave. Ben was really amazed and moved by Sayf's story. Ben had assumed that Sayf had always had his faith. Ben felt really comfortable talking with Sayf. Ben started to ask Sayf some more questions. Suddenly, the manager came up to Sayf and Ben. The manager said to Ben, "Where's the rest of the muffins?" Ben could tell that the manager was angry. When the manager turned to Sayf, then the manager turned to Sayf and said, "I thought I told you yesterday to leave my store." Ben could not stand it and said, "This man is here as a customer. He was asking about the ingredients in the blueberry muffins, and I told him. He liked what I said and put 6 blueberry muffins in his cart. He He did not say one bad word about your store. How could you ask him to leave the store? And the good advice says, defending one who is right is such a good deed. The manager knew that he was wrong, but he didn't want to admit it. So instead of making Sayf feel better, he just did not say anything. He made a bad face and he walked away. Sayf said to Ben, "You're a brave person. You hardly know me, yet you stuck up for me to your boss." Ben said, "That's the way I am. I love the truth and I don't like people acting unreasonable, no matter who they are." Sayf said, "That is the way Muslims act. We stick with the truth because we believe that God sees us and knows about us. Some people fool other people, but no one fools God. Then God will make us all die someday. Those of us who stuck with the truth will be rewarded by God." Ben said, "Yes, I want to be brave, sticking with the truth because I believe that God sees me. Of course, if I did not believe in God, I guess I would do whatever I thought would get me more money. I would just agree with the manager, hoping that he would give me a raise and not care about your feelings. However, because I believe in God, I just do what I feel is right. I figure that that will turn out good for me in the end." Chapter 7. Ben makes the right choice. Sayf said to Ben, "Ben, you don't know when you will die. Become Muslim now. You don't want to go to hellfire." Ben knew that he had never met someone like Sayf before. Ben wanted to be like Sayf, but then Ben thought about his family. Would they all become Muslim also? Then Ben decided to be brave again. Ben said, "Tell me how to be Muslim. I believe I should be." Sayf said without delay, "All you need to do is say, 'I profess that no one should be worshipped but God, my Creator, and Muhammad is the messenger of God.'" Ben said the statements without delay or doubt. Sayf was so happy for Ben. However, Sayf felt that there were many important things that Ben needed to learn. Ben had a break coming up in 1 hour and asked Sayf if they could talk more then. The store had an upper level with tables and chairs where the customers were invited to sit and eat. Ben wanted to sit up there with Sayf and ask him some questions. Sayf said that was fine. Sayf went with his cart to get more food that was permissible to eat. He got some organic baby carrots and some apples from the produce section. Then he went to the refrigerated section and got some eggs and butter. He went to the checkout to buy the food. A fight. Chapter 8, a fight. The manager was standing to the side looking at Sayf. He saw what good manners Sayf had. Sayf was smiling at the clerk and complimenting him on his good service. Some of the other customers were arguing with the clerks about being charged too much for things that were on sale. The manager was surprised that Sayf looked so calm after what he had said to him yesterday and today. When Sayf had purchased his items, he offered to show the security guard his receipt and what was in his bag. The money that Sayf used to buy the food was definitely earned in an honest way, doing good work. Sayf had earned that money by doing hard work for a Muslim family. He had pulled out weeds, pruned bushes, and put down mulch. He also swept up everything nicely. And it says here, tending gardens is good work. After being thoroughly checked out, Sayf made his way up to the upper level seating and sat down. All of Sayf's movements were carefully observed by the store manager. As soon as Sayf sat down, he was surprised by a scream down below. Sayf looked down and saw that it came from the attendant at the smoothie bar. The attendant was a woman, and another employee, who was a man, had grabbed her from the back. She kept screaming and started hitting him for all to see. Sayf looked at the manager. The manager, who had been looking at Sayf, turned his attention to the scene at the smoothie bar. The manager, with two security guards, went to the male employee. The male employee was smiling, not expecting the store manager to do anything. The store manager told the two security guards to take the male employee away from the female smoothie attendant. When one security guard touched the male employee reeled around and punched him in the face. A big fight erupted, and even the female smoothie attendant ended up hitting a security guard. Really, she was enjoying her time with the male employee. She said to the security guard, "Get your hands off of him," and started pulling the security guard's hair. Chapter 9, A Great Lesson. Sayf did not even really want to watch. He had seen such scenes all his life, growing up in a house with screaming and violence. Sayf thought about lies that people have said about Messenger Muhammad, accusing the messenger of bad behavior. Sayf knew better than to believe such lies. Sayf knew that God did not give his holy books to bad people. God said in the Holy Quran that Messenger Muhammad had excellent manners. Throughout the fight, the store manager kept on glancing up at Sayf. Thoughts were going on in his mind of the store manager. After the fight ended, both the female employee at the smoothie bar and the male employee were taken away by police. Ben came up at his normal break time and sat with Sayf. Sayf and Ben did not say one word about the event. Instead, as soon as Ben sat down, he started to talk with Sayf about lies that he had heard about Messenger Muhammad, put by Christians on YouTube. Sayf told Ben that before he came up, he had been thinking about the same thing. Sayf told Ben a short biography of Messenger Muhammad that he had memorized. Sayf told him that Messenger Muhammad was born in Mecca, a city in Arabia about 1,500 years ago. Sayf said that Muhammad was an orphan and lived with his uncle who was poor. When Muhammad was 25, he worked for a kind, intelligent woman trader, and she was impressed with his good manners. They married and had children. Sayf said that due to his kindness, generosity, truthfulness, and trustworthiness, everyone in Mecca loved Muhammad. However, Muhammad inwardly was very upset with the society he lived in. Most people of Mecca worshipped idols that were around the Kaaba, a house of worship. Good women were not respected, and baby girls were buried alive. Many people were alcoholics, and prostitution was rampant. People were also violent, torturing and killing people due to petty matters. Finally, Muhammad felt the need to go to a cave alone outside of Mecca, although he loved to be with people usually. After going to the cave for some time, one day Muhammad was there, and God gave Muhammad the first revelation of the Holy Quran. These words from God, put all together, are our holy book. However, God did not give the messenger Muhammad the Holy Quran all at one time. No, instead, God gave revelations of the Holy Quran gradually over 23 years. God gave revelations that were needed during the different experiences of Muhammad and his followers. This occurred to Muhammad from the age of 40 until his death at the age of 63. And it says, Messenger Muhammad received verses of the Holy Quran from God for 23 years. After Messenger Muhammad got the first words from God in the cave, he went to his home in Mecca. In his home were his wife, children, and other people that Muhammad cared for. One man was Zayd ibn Haritha, whom Muhammad treated as a son. Another was Ali ibn Abi Talib, the son of the uncle who raised Muhammad. Another was Ayman, Muhammad's nanny when he was young. All these people heard the revelations from God, from Messenger Muhammad, and became Muslim. They believed that God chose Muhammad to be his messenger, as God chose Abraham, Moses, and Jesus before. Messenger Muhammad and members of his household peacefully told other people about the revelations from God, which were the Holy Quran, and how God chose Muhammad as his messenger. Some embraced Islam, but many did not want to. When certain arrogant leaders of Mecca got news of what Muhammad was saying, they began to look down on him. They totally changed their opinion of him. For the first 13 years of being God's messenger, Muhammad and those who believed him were threatened, tortured, ridiculed, and even killed by the leaders of Mecca. And the advice says, never mock people for doing good. Finally, when Messenger Muhammad was almost 53 years old, it was best for him and his followers to move north about 400 miles to a city they called Medina. People there had been learning Islam, and most of the people of the city welcomed Muhammad and his followers. However, some did not. Some pretended to be Muslim, but were really giving information to open enemies of the Muslims. Some were Jewish tribes that did not want to accept the fact that Muhammad was one of God's messengers. However, some Jews did become Muslim, even their top rabbi. Muhammad and his followers were generally very kind-hearted and peaceful. However, when the Muslims moved to Medina, the people of Mecca and others wanted to kill Muhammad and all his followers. God told Muhammad to tell his people to defend themselves if the blasphemers refused to listen to reason. God said to not be afraid. If Muhammad and his people did not fight back, the enemies of God intended to kill all the true believers and wanted only ignorant, mean people on the earth. Hence, there were some battles. However, Muhammad and his followers always tried to convince the enemies to become Muslim before the battles. If people of the other side became Muslim, they were treated with love and were no longer the enemy at all. And it says, love the one who repents to God. God taught Muhammad that people must always be striving to change for the better. If one does not believe in God, he must change and believe in God. If one believes in God but is mean and unjust with people, then that person must change and be fair and kind with people. Muhammad's people were people who changed. Many of them had worshipped idols and then left that, worshiping only the Creator. Hence, all these people believe that other people can change to the better because they themselves change to the better. As a result, when people converted to Islam on the battlefield, the other Muslims believed them and stopped fighting them. This is how careful the believers were in battles. Back then, there was no indiscriminate bombing like nowadays. Women and children were never targeted and were treated very well, even if they were from among the enemy. Most all of those women and children wanted to be Muslim after seeing how kind the Muslims were compared to the mean, cruel men of their disbelieving people, concluded Sayf. I heard some people nowadays really have a wrong idea about Muhammad and the way he lives, said Ben. You got that right, said Sayf. God did not give his precious holy book to an evil man. Enemies are enemies, people who like to lie, distort things, and stir up trouble. People who like to lie, distort things, and stir up trouble were working during the life of Muhammad and every year after his death until today. I thank God that he guided me through the smoke screen of lies about Messenger Muhammad, and I ask God humbly to grant him more blessings and peace. Chapter 10, A Good Result. While Sayf and Ben were having this nice conversation, they were both surprised to see the store manager standing next to them. Yes, I was just getting ready to go back to work, sir, said Ben to the manager before the manager could speak. I was carefully timing my break. I still have 1 minute left, and now I want to go back to work. That is not why I'm here, said the manager. I came to ask Sayf if he would like the job at the smoothie bar, said the manager in a low voice. Ben and Sayf looked at each other. Then Sayf looked at the manager and said, yes, I would like the job, without adding anything else. Well, then come down, and I would like my assistant to do the paperwork with you, said the manager quietly. At that, the manager turned and left quickly. I guess you might know who his assistant is, said Sayf to Ben. The manager did not give me time to follow him. Ben laughed a lot. Welcome to the store and to our boss, said Ben with a big smile. It is not the greatest place, but it's a paycheck and some of the people are nice. Ben and Sayf hugged and went down together. On his way to the bakery, Ben introduced Sayf to the assistant manager. The manager had gone out for a smoke break. The assistant manager was kind to Sayf, and the paperwork was easy. We need you immediately at the smoothie bar because our main woman was just fired. Just stand here at the bar, for I want to try to find a worker who knows how the smoothie bar runs, said the assistant manager. After the assistant manager left, Sayf said, Oh God, you are so kind. I love you, God. Please help me and guide me. I thank you for this halal job. Please help me to do it well. The end. Well, I hope that you liked that book. You see, it's very important to stick with what you believe in. The story said that Sayf just stuck with what he believed, that he must not sell pork, and he must not sell other meat that wasn't slaughtered properly, and that he must not sell alcohol, and he still got a job, according to the story. This is just a story, but I've also heard things really happen like that. What was the key? The key was that Sayf also showed good manners. And good manners are really important. And according to the story, the manager realized that Sayf probably would be a really good worker at the smoothie bar instead of the woman that he fired because she didn't have good manners. I thank you, God, that I got this story on, and anyone who's interested in having that story xeroxed and sent mailed to your home from me to you, you're free to give me a call at 484-466-1832, and I'd love to talk with you and see about me color xeroxing that book and mailing it to you. Bye-bye.